everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video, and I want to talk about the top 10 Star Wars collectibles that we currently have in Veve. And I say currently because we're going to get more, obviously, as time goes on. And I'm going to show you at the end of the video the ones that I want the most to come to the app. And I'm also going to do in this video, I'm going to show you the top 10 how they're actually valued right now in Veve, from the most valuable to the top 10th most valuable. And then I'm going to show you actually what Star Wars collectors actually would have them in order, what order they would be if we had all Star Wars collectors here in the app, just based upon my years of experience selling Star Wars toys. Almost 20 years I've been selling them, so I have a really good understanding of what the community, the Star Wars fandom, looks for, what characters they want in the real world outside of Veve, because we know that that's a different market than inside Veve. So eventually, when we do get these masses of fans coming, what are they going to be looking for compared to what the current Veve community actually values? It's going to be really interesting, and I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. So make sure you like this video if you like it, and make sure 100% that you comment down below and let me know, how, what you think is undervalued for Star Wars toys, or what you think is actually super valued, and also what you want to have come to the app. So let's get right into this right here. The top 10 Star Wars collectibles. So like I said, I'll show you the current value here and what Star Wars collectors like the most outside of the app. So here are the top 10 listed in current order of value on, the Veve app. So this isn't my opinion. This is exactly how they're actually ordered in regards to, from most valuable until the 10th most valuable right here. And this list is different compared to what it would be in the real world. Like, say, if there were toys that people were collecting or other stuff, there are some characters that are not on this list right now in terms of how much they're worth that would be on this list if it was different. I'll show you that in just a second. But these prices will change, you guys. This is March 26th, so keep that in mind. But look, you got, C-3PO, he's very scarce. That particular one that came out of the Droids collection, $875 sitting there, number one. Darth Vader ultra rare is number two. You can see that the golden moment R2 is number three. The Star Wars, like a vintage, concept poster, that's sitting at number four. And then you can see the droid there at number five. And then the Manitoban, I mean, these are basically based on scarcity, number 4, 5, and 6, and number 1. They're basically based on scarcity right now. But long term, will that matter as much? We'll see, right? And then, of course, you got the other golden moments, C-3PO, then the animated R2, which is great. And then, of course, we have the ship from the Obi-Wan series, that's in the top 10, and R5. So you can see that this is exactly how the Veve community, this is how we value them, mostly based on scarcity, not necessarily based on the actual popularity of Star Wars characters. But you can see that C-3PO obviously is popular, and Vader's still holding strong up there at number 2. But, some of the other ones, the Manitoban and that droid over there, those would not even be close to a top 10 list of Star Wars collectibles, in the real world outside of Veve, even regardless of scarcity, okay? And then you can see that also that ship, from the Obi-Wan show. I mean, that's brand new. I mean, that has nothing. Nobody's really collecting that right now outside of this app, right? So this is how it looks right now. Now, if you want to take it to like a top 10 of the actual most popular and most valuable, types of characters that people, outside of Veve actually collect, this is more about how the list would look. And this is coming from my over 20 years of selling toys, you guys. So I really know what I'm talking about here. Number 1 is Boba Fett. His toys are number 1. Okay, and then you got Vader after that. These are of the ones that we currently have in Veve, okay? I mean, if you want to talk about Grogu and the Mandalorian, that's on my next page coming up. These are ones that could add here. But in terms of what Star Wars fans actually collect, this is how the top 10 should be. Boba Fett, number 1. Darth Vader, number 2. You got the Golden Moment first appearances, 3 and 4. And then you got Obi-Wan Kenobi at number 5, his FA. Okay, and then you got the 2 animated. So you got the 2 droids right there with, R2-D2 should be ahead of C-3PO, even though it's scarce. Then the TIE Fighter for sure, the original poster, and then any of the, the lightsabers. These are the most popular out of the ones we have. If you went over onto eBay or anywhere else, this is what you get. The vintage especially. The vintage TIE fighter is very valuable. Any vintage posters are extremely valuable too. People love, lightsabers. They just sell like crazy. And the first appearances of like Vader, Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, and all of them, and R2 and them, those ones should be at the top. I know in Veve we have edition size issues, which kind of pushes other ones to the top. But in terms of popularity, this is actually what it should be. Boba Fett should be number one, in regards to Star Wars collecting, because he is everywhere else except for in this app. And that's okay. That's just the way we have. That's just the community we currently have in Veve. Nothing wrong with that. But in time, when more users come to the app, this is the way it's probably going to end up turning out, depending on scarcity. And of course, we have other characters that are still to come, right? So now I want you to let me know which characters you want. Now I have one more page at the end of this of the one character that I want the most. So stick around just for a sec. But here are some other characters, of course. Luke as a Jedi, the Mandalorian with Grogu, and he's right over here, Grogu. We know we want him in the app. He would actually do amazing. Current collectors right now love Mando and Grogu for sure. They're not super valuable in the real world because they're newer toys, but they're very popular, right? Yoda for sure. If he comes to the app, that would be great. Kylo Ren or any other Sith Lords, these would be great additions to Veve and very popular, I think, for sure. So let me know in the comment section, what characters do you want to come to Veve? I know we're going to get a lot more as time goes on. We'll see what we get, but here is the one character or the couple that I want the most right here. Are you ready for it? Stormtroopers. This is what we want. We want hundreds and hundreds of them in our vaults, and we want them cheap price. So Veve, if you're watching this video, give us a Stormtrooper or a Clone Trooper or a First Order Stormtrooper, any of the variations at all. We want hundreds and hundreds of them. We want high mint size. We want 60,000 mint at, $10, 10 gems each or something like that. That's what we all want, of course, on top of the main characters like this, right? And by the way, see the first picture of the Stormtrooper right there? That's actually me. I'm a 501st Legion member. You can see right there's my helmet. That's the actual helmet. This picture right here, this is actually me in costume. So if you guys want to become your own Stormtrooper, join the 501st Legion. You can actually Google it up. I'll put a link to their website in the description of the video. This is where you can build your own costume, get into charity work. It's super fun. And that's actually me right there, that picture. That's not a toy. That's actually MyCollectables. But anyway, the Clone Troopers and the First Order Troopers, this is what we really want in Veve. So anyway, this is a fun video. You guys let me know what you think about the top 10 list right here of the collectibles we currently have. This is the way it should be compared to how people actually buy Star Wars collectibles. This is currently the way it is in the Veve app. You guys let me know what you think of the whole thing. I'll see you in the next video, and I can't wait for more Star Wars stuff to come. Grogu, you gotta come. There we go. He's coming one day, I hope. Anyway, happy collecting.